Mentoring missions advocates. This is GlobalCASTresources.com.
Hello, I'm Bevan with GlobalCAST Resources. When we do missions mobilization training, we love to highlight the article by the Brewsters that talks about the postures of learn, serve, and tell stories. Learner, servant, and storyteller. And this was initially written for those who are going overseas to learn best practices and roles that will make sense to the people they're reaching out to. But these same postures really inform missions mobilization very well, because I think we often like to be the expert. There's something fun about having the answers and knowing what God is doing in the nations and telling people about that and even telling them what to do about it. But as we enter a community with the posture of telling people what to do, often that can shut people down. Nobody really likes to be told what to do. So there's a lot of wisdom in coming in as a learner, servant, and storyteller. Let's focus in a little bit more on the role of serve. You can see, of course, in the life of Jesus that he was a servant leader, that the DNA, the operating system of the kingdom of God had to do with serving. He was willing to take on the role of the lowest servant in that household and wash the dirt off of his disciples' feet to demonstrate how the kingdom of God works. And so mobilization is a leadership role, and it should be informed by, it should be driven by that operating system of servanthood. When we come into a community, now we can ask the question, what is their felt need and what is their real need? Perhaps from our perspective, the real need is missions vision and clear ways to engage with what God is doing in the world. But their felt need, those are the things that they are in touch with now. Those are the needs they feel. And so we should be aware of what those things are, try to discern what those things are. And I think for many leaders in many local church communities, their felt need is volunteers. How can I get people to volunteer to help with these programs? We need people for the nursery. We need people for setting up and tearing down everything. We need people to help with the youth program. We need help. And so if people came back with a heart to serve, that would open up them to then say, what is it that's on your heart? Can you tell me stories of what God's doing in the nations? Can you imagine every short-term missions participant coming back, and rather than coming back with this attitude of like, oh, I've seen the world and I'm going to wake up my local church community. What if they all came back with a heart to say, I want to plug in and serve well. I want to open up and help in any way I can. And so I think that will be key to then opening up the ears to hearing the stories of how God uses ordinary people to change the world.
Mentoring missions advocates. This is GlobalCASTresources.com.